Hi everybody, and have you ever had one of those problems where there's a straight line and you've got one angle but the others are missing, or angles around a point and the others are missing too? You don't know what to do? This video is going to help. So hi everybody, and we're going to cover today the topic of finding missing angles on a straight line or around a point. In this video, if you need to, down at the bottom you can hop between the timelines as you'll see it along the bottom there, and also when we get to the end there'll be some links to other useful videos which are going to help you with this particular subject. Remember, if you like the video, then like and subscribe. It really does help the channel and it helps me and I like it, so hey, why not do it? It seems like a good idea. So hello everybody, and the first thing we're going to look at is how many degrees are in a straight line, and if I know that, how can I work out a straight line problem? Well, okay, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a straight line and let's have a look. Now this is something that you need to learn, but this is why the number I'm going to tell you is what you need to know. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use my protractor, and if you haven't seen the video, haven't seen my video about protractors, well, there's a link appearing sort of there-ish now, and that will show you how to use your protractor. But I'm going to mark on very quickly using my protractor an angle of 90 degrees. Now this is where the great bit comes out of this, is because I know that's 90 and I also know that that is 90. So what that means is that's 90 degrees, that's 90 degrees. So what we know is that in a straight line we have a total, this total angle for a straight line is 180 degrees. Now how am I going to use that information? Well, in some of the books you'll see, and exams you'll see, and stuff like that, you might very well get a straight line. They don't often draw it horizontally, they'll draw it like this, and what they'll do is they will have some sort of angle marked on like this, and what they'll do is they'll tell you what this angle is, and I'm just going to put a number in here. Now you'll be thinking, why hasn't he used his protractor? Well, quite often the questions you get will be just diagrams and they won't be drawn accurately, so you won't be able to use the protractor. We've got to use our knowledge of a straight line and the number of degrees we've got. So how could I work out what this angle is? Well, if I know this is all 150, if I know this is all 180 degrees in a straight line, and I've already got 30, how would I work out this bit here? How do you think? Well, all I'm going to do is I'm going to say, well, I know the total straight line is 180 and I've already got 30, and I'm going to take that away. So I do 180 minus 30, and that would be 150 degrees. And that's what that missing angle, I'm going to call that angle A. Why not? So angle A is 150 degrees. Here's another quick example. So I'll draw another straight line on, and this time what we're going to do is we will draw a line like this, and we're going to say that we know that this angle in here is 130 degrees. We're told that that is 130 degrees, and what we want to know is what's this angle in here, which I'll call B. Well, we're going to do exactly the same thing as we did before. We know that the whole line is 180, so I've got 180. I'm going to subtract what I know, 130 degrees, and if I do 180 take away 130, I end up with 50 degrees. So that's what B equals. It equals 50 degrees, and that is how to work out, without using a protractor, angles on a straight line. Now we come to angles around a point, and what does that mean? Well, that literally means that if I've got a point, how many degrees are all the way around it? Well, all I'm going to do is I'm just going to use a technique very similar to the way I described a straight line. I'm going to draw a straight line through my point, and then I'm going to use a protractor in this particular case, and I'm going to mark on 90 degrees. And so far you'd be thinking, well, hang on, that's exactly the same as a straight line, and it sort of is. Here's 90 degrees. Here's 90 degrees. But now I'm going to take this a step further, and I'm going to do the angles. I'm going to mark on 90 degrees at the bottom or underneath the line that I've drawn, like this. So now I've got another angle of 90 degrees in here, and I've got another angle of 90 degrees here. So that means that if I'm going around my point, here's my point in the middle here, if I'm going all the way round, what calculation would that be? Well, it would be 90 times 4. 4 nines are 36, add a 0, or I can do it any way I want to, but I will end up with 360 degrees. So the angles around a point, all the way around a point, are 360 degrees. How can I use that as a way to work out the problems and the questions that I've got in front of me? Well, let's just draw a diagram then, and let's see how we can use that. So we'll have a straight line like here. Here's my point, and I'm just going to draw some lines. In fact, I'll put a line on like that as well. And in my question, I might have something like that's 30 degrees, and that's 80 degrees, and this is 120 degrees. And so we want to know what this angle is in here, which I'm going to call angle C. How are we going to do this? Well, we know that all of the angles around a point, and here's my point in the middle here, are 360. Well, what do I know I've used already? I've used 120 degrees, that's this one here, plus 30 degrees, it's this one here, and I've used up 80 degrees, that's this one here. And if I add those all up together, that will add up to 230 degrees. But I know that it's got to make 360 if it's going to go all the way around. So in this case, I'm going to do 360 take away 230 degrees, and that will leave me with 130 degrees. That's what C is. C is 130 degrees. If I'm not sure, I could do 230 plus 113. Yeah, I get to 360. It's almost like a little check that I can do. So those are angles around a point. And so I thought I'd do another quick angle around a point problem just to help us out. So what I'm going to do now is draw a diagram like this. And for this one, on my diagram, I have that marked, and I have this as 60 degrees. And what we want to know now is we want to know what this angle here is, which we're going to call angle D. Well, remembering again, angle around a point all the way round is 360 degrees. What have I got? Well, here, this little square box here means it's 90. So I'm going to do 90 plus, what else do I know? Well, I've got 60 plus 60 degrees. If I add that together, I get 150. Now to find out what's remaining here, because I know everything must be 360, I'm going to do 360 take away 150 degrees, and I end up with 210 degrees. That's what D is. D is 210 degrees. That's how to work out angles around a point. So there you go, there's the video for angles to work out on a straight line, and also angles around a point. 180 degrees for a straight line, 360 degrees around a point, and I'm putting up two links here for two videos that I think you might find very useful to just add to your knowledge or have a bit of a revise with. Remember, if you've enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Like and subscribe, why not? It's not going to do you any harm, but it really makes me feel happy, so go and do it. Thanks a lot.